Final Fantasy Open Beta is coming January, February. Here's the tweet right here. I think this is absolutely huge. It's so exciting. Final Fantasy has never been on Xbox. They got announced earlier this year that it's coming to Xbox. A lot of people freaked out. I've never jumped into Final Fantasy Online myself because it's on PlayStation and it's on PC. It's not been available to me. I'm not a huge MMO guy. The last MMO that I fully completed was Elder Scrolls Online, and I did complete that on the console, on Xbox. So Final Fantasy coming to Xbox is huge. My brother's a huge fan of it. I'd love to jump in and play with him. We know now it's coming mid-January through February. This is this is actually a tweet straight from Final Fantasy XIV. There it is. It's official. They announced it in London at Final Fantasy Fest. And this is not even the biggest news story to me. Final Fantasy coming to Xbox is huge. I think it's not just game-changing. I think it's universe-changing. I think you've got platform unification. I think you're expanding the MMO genre on Xbox. And I think there's huge opportunity for what we're about to talk on next. And this, I think, is the biggest news story. Crossovers. That's right, crossovers. What? Crossovers. Yoshi P, the man over at Final Fantasy, the director, blew everyone's mind today when he talked about how he would like to do a crossover with Diablo. Now, Xbox owns Diablo. Diablo is a part of Xbox. It's part of Blizzard. So this would be extra huge, not just for Final Fantasy, not just for Diablo, but I think for Xbox, you could do some stuff here. And Yoshi P, just talking freely, is breaking the internet. Here's what he said. Yoshi P said that he would be, quote, so happy to see some sort of collaboration with Diablo. He continued, I've mentioned this in the past, but I'm a huge Blizzard fan. Aren't we all? Aren't we all? He says, so, I mean, if we could just make it work, then I would be so happy to see some sort of collaboration with Diablo. This is according to PC Gamer. He continued. Diablo has quite, I would say, hardcore graphics outlook in terms of the world. So, you see spikes here and there. In terms of the ratings, it might be a bit difficult, Yoshi P said. And of course, on the other hand, we don't really want to disappoint the friends of the franchise as well. So yeah, it's a tricky one. He's talking here as if it's already going to happen. This is either already happening and it's been discussed, or he's being super, super strategic, or he's just a hardcore fanboy of Diablo and wants to see this happen. I don't know. Regardless, I think this would be fascinating. He says, so of course, if we go for a softer version of Diablo in 14, maybe that's not what people want as well. I don't know, but here is artwork from Final Fantasy. I mean, Final Fantasy has traditionally just always had some of the sexiest artwork on the planet. It's got some of the coolest characters, the coolest gadgets, devices, mounts. Just very, very unique. Now you combine that with Diablo in some sort of crossover, and I think you've got, I think you've got success. How else would you say that? I think you absolutely have success here. So the potential for a crossover would be huge. I mean, you're talking about two universes coming together and colliding in ways that we've not yet imagined. Imagine the content here that there would be to explore just with the lore in Diablo, and then you combine that with the endless library of lore that is Final Fantasy. And yes, it's universe changing, and I think could absolutely be huge. Now, is there anything to this? Mikey Barra did respond to this with a thinking emoji. So I don't know. We don't know. Regardless, it broke the internet today, and I think it's very exciting. So free trial for Final Fantasy. Remember, you can play up to level 70 here, which without spending any money when this does drop on Xbox, which I think is a genius business model. Well done, Final Fantasy, on that. The open beta does start in January. That's going to be very exciting. You add on top of that now that Xbox owns Blizzard and Yoshi P openly talking about wanting to do a crossover with Diablo. And I think we're off to the races here. I mean, once again, think about this. Think about the boss fights alone that you could do in Final Fantasy with this crossover. Absolutely huge. Not only that, you're talking about Xbox being the creme de la creme console, the creme de la creme space for MMOs now. You got Final Fantasy there. I think you're going to get World of Warcraft there now that Xbox owns Blizzard. I think it's obvious. I mean, you've got Bethesda's already there. Xbox owns Bethesda. You've got Elder Scrolls Online there. You've got Final Fantasy as well on consoles. Why would World of Warcraft not come to consoles, especially now that Microsoft owns them? I think it's inevitable. I genuinely do. I think Final Fantasy coming to Xbox is huge, not just for Xbox. I think it's huge for the MMO genre overall. Here's the thing. I think the MMO genre has been pretty stagnant. Name an MMO game that has been as big as the three that I just talked about. Really, there's not a lot. I think the height of the MMO genre was mid-2000s, like the 20 teens. I just don't think we've ever seen it at that height again. I think there's a couple reasons for that. I think the model of MMOs is just hard. I think that you've got kings in the arena with, World of Warcraft, with Final Fantasy, and it's just hard to break into as a new, Amazon tried to do it, for instance, and had some success initially. The game hasn't really panned out, but it's hard. It's a hard genre. I also think it's hard to take risks in that genre. I think Xbox owning World of Warcraft is going to allow them to take risks. Phil Spencer talked about it last week, where he said the business model is about to change at Blizzard. It's been all about how to make money. He's talked about it with Overwatch in particular. Now it's going to change. The priorities are going to change. And you can do that when you're owned by Microsoft, when you've got Game Pass, when having the best game possible is what's going to get you subscribers. It changes the ball game. And so I think we're going to see World of Warcraft perhaps return to the heights of its success, pleasing fans who may have been turned off and not as excited about the MMO genre. I think we're going to see a resurgence in the MMO genre with Final Fantasy coming with, again, this is pure speculation on my part. I think World of Warcraft's going to come to console. I genuinely think it's inevitable. I don't know why you wouldn't. I'd love to know what you guys think, though. What do you think of the Diablo Final Fantasy crossover? I think it would break the internet. I think it would be super cool. I would love to see it personally. I really hope that Yoshi P is not just being strategic, but is pursuing this, or not just being a fanboy rather, but is being strategic and pursuing this. I would love to see this. Mikey Barra, if you're listening, I would love to see this. This would be amazing. I would love to see what you could do with some sort of collaboration like this on both sides. Let's see a collaboration of Final Fantasy and Diablo, and then let's see Diablo in Final Fantasy Online. Oh my goodness, I didn't even consider it coming over into the Diablo realm, having a season dedicated to Final Fantasy, some sort of lore merging. Oh, that would be amazing as well. Regardless, it's exciting times. I've never been so excited to be a gamer. 2023 has been a great year for gaming. It's been a great year for gamers. It's been a great year for Xbox, and I think we're at the dawn of the golden age of gaming, and I'm here for it. I'm very excited. I'd love to know what you guys think. Will you be jumping into Final Fantasy in January in the open beta? Do you think it's good for Xbox? What do you think of Diablo Final Fantasy crossovers? Is it something that you want to see? Or you disagree? Are you a Diablo hardcore fan or a Final Fantasy hardcore fan, and you say, no, that should not happen. You're a purist. Let me know in the comments below. Again, if you like what we're doing here, hit that like button, subscribe to this channel. My name is X1 the Gamer. We're dropping Xbox content every single day right here. It's the best place. I can't talk. It's the best place to get it. I love hanging out with you guys every single day. See you guys next time.